Hello everyone, this video is for the explanations of the topic What causes a society to collapse in Unit 6, Society and Family, and this one is in even terms. When we go in this folder, you will see the handout here. You need to download this, and there is a mini quiz before starting to do the tasks. You need to complete this mini quiz so that you can familiarize yourself with the vocabulary you need for this topic. And here you will need to download two audio files. One is for skills focus and the other is for the dictation exercise. Okay, let's have a look at the handout. It starts with the skills focus. So the skills focus is about the language that we use to express, to explain causes and effects and the relationship between causes and effects. A speaker might talk about how one action causes something else to happen. This is a cause and effect relationship. For example, cut down trees, and this resulted in disappearance of people. So people died. Why? So here, when we talk about causes and effects of this situation, we can make lists of causes and effects like this. Cutting down trees, this resulted in no wood for making farm tools. And because there were no wood for making farm tools, people couldn't plant the soil and they didn't have any food, so they died. And also, cutting down trees resulted in absence of wood to build houses with. And because there were no wood to build houses with, people had no homes and they got cold and they got sick and they died. The speaker might indicate a cause and effect relationship with this language. There are one reason or there are two reasons for desertification, such as climate change. And desertification happens because of climate change, or desertification is caused by climate change. And here, two more phrases. If climate changes, then desertification will happen. Or if climate changes, then desertification happens. And climate change results in desertification. Here, you need to listen to the short audio for skills focus, and you need to note down the two phrases the lecturer used to indicate a cause and effect relationship, and you need to add them to the list here. After this part, there is a dictation section. There is a dictation exercise. Listen to the audio file and note down the sentences. After you complete this, here we have a table in order to take notes when you are watching the lecture. You need to go to the albums here, and you will find the lecture video among these albums. Okay, here, what causes a society to collapse? You need to download this video lecture, watch and take notes at the same time. So here is a template for you to take notes. Societal collapse. And in this table, you will see three columns. In the first column, the societies that collapsed are noted. So here we don't know the first one. The second is Easter Island, and the third is Society at Stonehenge. And you also need to note down the causes and the effects of these societies collapses in this table. After you watch the video, you need to answer these questions using your notes. Let's have a look at these questions. What caused these three societies to collapse? So what was the reason for these societies to collapse? So three of them. Yeah. Why did they disappear? Why did they collapse? How did the Inca society collapse? What was the reason? What happened to the Inca society? So they collapsed. And who or what are the causes for environmental change? Okay, so the causes for environmental change can be things or people. So you need to write down here. And how did the society on Easter Island collapse? Like in question 2, here you need to write down the reason for the society on Easter Island to collapse. Just a minute. And what caused the society at Stonehenge to collapse? So what was the reason for the society at Stonehenge to collapse? And finally, what is the assignment for next class? So what does the lecturer want the students to prepare to study before the next class? What is their homework? You need to write down this. Let's check the answers together. Let's first check the answers for the skills focus. So here is the mini lecture. So the people cut down all of the trees. Well, what happened when the people cut down all of the trees? They disappeared, they died. Why? There are two reasons for this. One result of cutting down the trees was that there was no wood left. So here, one result of something was or is, as noted here. This is one of the language that we use to express cause and effect. And let's check here. Another effect of cutting down the trees is they had nothing to build houses with. And here, another effect of cutting down the trees, or another effect of something is or was. This can be another language that we can use to express cause and effect relationship. After this section, you were supposed to do a dictation exercise. Let me show you the sentences, and please check your sentences here. And now let's go through the answers of the questions in the last section of this handout related to society's collapse, depending on the lecture video. So the first question, what caused these three societies to collapse? Let's have a look at here. So generally speaking, there are three different reasons: disease, environmental problems, and cultural conflict. So these were the three reasons for the societies, for the three of the societies collapse. Okay. And second question, how did the Inca society collapse? Let's see here. 500 years ago, the Incan Empire was the largest empire in the world with 10 million people, and it was also the richest. And these riches, consisting of gold and valuable stones, for example, led to this great society's disappearance. How? Well, when the Europeans heard about the Incas' wealth, they wanted it. They wanted all of it. So they traveled to the Incan Empire to steal the riches. And while they were in the Americas, they passed new diseases to the Incan people. One of the most deadly diseases was smallpox. Nearly two-thirds of the Incas died because they got smallpox. So disease caused the Incan Empire to collapse. So briefly, we could say here, Europeans heard about their wealth, and when they came to the Americas, they brought smallpox, and many of Incan people died. Disease caused the Incan Empire to collapse. Or, so this is the shortest form of this answer. And who or what are the causes for environmental change? Let's see here. Okay, an example of collapse due to environmental change is Easter Island in the Pacific Ocean. Environmental change can be caused by nature or it can be caused by humans. So here, the answer for this third question is it can be caused by nature or by humans. And fourth one, how did the society on Easter Island collapse? Let's check here. About 1,200 years ago, the first people of Easter Island cut down all the trees on the island. They used the trees as rollers to move their statues. Can you guess what went wrong? Easter Island soon had major problems because the people had used up all of the trees. Without trees, they couldn't build boats for fishing or make tools for farming. The shortage of trees led to a major drop in population. We might say that the Easter Islanders disappeared because they couldn't live in this new environment without trees. So, here shortly we can write here people cut all the trees, then they couldn't build fishing boats or make farming tools. They collapsed because they couldn't survive in the environment without trees. So this can be a short answer for this question. What caused the society at Stonehenge to collapse? Okay. Archaeologists have found evidence that the ancient people of Stonehenge were very peaceful for a time. They had no weapons except for hunting. However, later they began to make weapons of war. Their culture changed from a very peaceful one to a culture of war and fighting. Archaeologists believe that the people of Stonehenge also began to fight within their culture. And soon this society collapsed. Why? Because they experienced cultural conflict. So the answer of the fifth question is they collapsed due to cultural conflict. And finally, what is the assignment for next class? So the lecturer said, I want you to think about the 3 causes of collapse. Then think about problems in the world today. Which societies are strong and which face potential collapse? So basically, the lecturer assigned students to think about the collapse of 3 ancient societies and think about societies today and think about their strength and their potential to collapse before the next lesson.